If you watched our first video on how to do lighting with a black background, kind of a low-key look, and you went out and bought all the lights and you're still having trouble getting the look to be just right, kind of like what we have here where the background's not totally black, stick around. This is one where we'll troubleshoot those problems. Lots of you have tried out the techniques that we talked about in the really cheap video lighting video a while back, and great feedback. I appreciate it. Lots of you are getting great video at this point. And there were a couple of things that I didn't really cover in that one, and I've gotten lots of questions about, and I wanted to cover this time. And the biggest thing is that people will often submit or put together a video, and they're getting the background in sort of almost a gray color. It's black, but it's, it's still, you can still see some detail there, and it isn't that pure black look, and it's not quite exactly what they're looking for. So there are really two main things that we're going to talk about today where you can solve that problem really quickly and easily. Now, there are two main ways to solve this problem with the black background. The first thing you'll notice is you want to get your lights as close as possible. So you can see here, I can touch these lights, so they're not very far away at all. The closer you can get them to your subject, the easier time you're going to have getting your background. I guess that's a black background all in one, but the easier time you're going to have getting that completely black. Now, the second thing you want to do is make sure that you get your actor or interviewee as far away from the background as possible. That also helps to blacken up that background really nicely. And the reason for that is that if your light is hitting your subject, and again, you have it really close, within arm's reach, a lot less of the light is going to make it back to that background. So the farther away you get, the darker your background gets. So that can really help to solve that problem as well. Notice in this lighting diagram, we have the actor farther away from the background than the lights. So again, get the actor as close as possible to the lights, as far away from the background as possible. This makes all the difference in getting soft light on the actor and as little light as possible on the background. And this ensures that the background comes out closer to that pure, rich black. After doing those two things, if you're still having trouble getting a dark background, one other thing you can do, especially if you're using shoot-through umbrellas, is to put some black foam core between your lights and the background. Now, this is usually called a screen or a gobo meaning go between, and the idea here is that you prevent some of the light from spilling onto the backdrop. It can make a huge difference. I hope you found those tips helpful. Next time we're going to talk about another problem that some of you have experienced as well, and that is really harsh lighting on your face, and that really has to do with exposure settings on your camera. So come back next time and we'll talk a little bit more about that. Thanks for checking out the show. We'll talk to you again soon.